Hello and welcome. I'm Orla Shinoui, presenter for Warner Brothers Discovery Sports cycling coverage. And I'm incredibly excited to be here today to share an important announcement that will re-energise and revitalise the sport of mountain biking. Warner Brothers Discovery is already the home of cycling globally with Discovery Plus, Eurosport, GCN Plus and GMBN, offering our viewers unrivaled access to the best road races, the Grand Tours, the Classics, among hundreds of other races, as well as the best in track cycling. Who can forget the brilliant inaugural season of the UCI Track Champions League? Well, now we welcome mountain biking into the Warner Brothers Discovery cycling family, having reached an agreement with the Union Cycliste Internationale to organise and promote the UCI Mountain Bike World Cup for an incredible 8 seasons from 2023 to 2030. World champions, Grand Tour champions, Olympic champions, on the track, on the road, and everything in between. Climbing to the skies, breaking records, making history. It's all here on the home of cycling.
But from 2023, there's more.
Habrá más.
There's more.
Ancora di più.
Es gibt noch viel mehr.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Will you?
Welcome.
Ya somos.
Welcome.
Welcome to the home of cycling.
We are the home of cycling.
Today, we will hear from those who made this partnership an exciting reality, including President of the UCI, David Lepartien, and President and Managing Director of Sports at Warner Brothers Discovery Europe, Andrew Giorgio. I will also be having a chat here in our cube with the head of Discovery Sports Events, Francois Ribeiro, and Chris Ball, CEO in Giro Sports Organisation. Our organisations are uniquely positioned to help grow the sport of mountain biking, whether that's through the vast scale of Warner Brothers Discovery, the deep expertise of Discovery Sports Events, a promoter with a deserved reputation in growing key sporting properties around the world, or unrivaled depth of mountain biking expertise of ESO, a hugely respected organisation within the mountain biking and wider cycling community. So, to learn more, let's now hear from the president of the UCI, David Lepartien, who has a few more details on today's news.
Mountain bike is a wonderful discipline among all the disciplines that we have in the UCI. The goal was clear in the Agenda 2022, to enlarge the audience of mountain bike. And we are very happy today of the signature with Discovery Sports for the next 8 years to organize together the UCI Mountain Bike World Cups. We clearly believe at the UCI that this is a great opportunity to reach a new audience, to showcase mountain bike worldwide and to give more opportunities to fans to engage with the athletes and with this wonderful sport. Today, everybody wants to ride a bike, and mountain bike is part of this. There is a desire to be in a green area, and mountain bike is the perfect sport, and the mountain bike bicycle is the perfect tool to reach this goal. At the UCI Mountain Bike World Cup, we have already 80 nationalities and 120 teams. I am sure that this will continue to grow in the future with this 8 years contract that we have with Discovery Sports. At the UCI, we have to think for the next decade and to enlarge the fan base and to give more opportunities to all the stakeholders to be seen worldwide. We also believe that an integrated model, this is the one that we will have, will give also more opportunities. We have the good example with the UCI Track Champions League. We also recognize the expertise of the Discovery Group, as an example, with GCN and with all the road races that we have worldwide. The UCI Management Committee took into consideration 14 criteria, among which the engagement with the athletes, the number of legs, or the TV production that will be live on Discovery Channel worldwide. That will give a great opportunity for our sport. For the athletes, it's clear that the agreement will bring more exposure and more opportunities to engage with fans. For the fans, the narrative will be more clear. For the partners, it will give more exposure and more opportunities to engage with all the stakeholders and to use a wonderful sport to be seen worldwide.
Thank you, Mr. Lepartien. What a wonderfully exciting time for fans of mountain biking around the world. Well, I'm now pleased to be joined by Andrew Giorgio, President and Managing Director of Sports at Warner Brothers Discovery Europe. So let's dive straight in. Andrew, many in the mountain biking community may not know very much about Warner Brothers Discovery. So tell us a little bit more about the organisation, if you will.
Warner Brothers Discovery is the combination of two fantastic media organisations. Discovery is a great content business, probably best known in the mountain biking community for brands like Eurosport and GCN and GMBN. And of course, Discovery has some great entertainment content as well, mainly around factual verticals like lifestyle, food and travel, sustainability, of course, and Warner Media, which is a Goliath in the media industry, which has great brands like HBO Max, which is a streaming brand for HBO, DC Comics, CNN, great scripted content and theatrical content from Warner Brothers Pictures. And these two companies have come together to probably create the most exciting change in the media industry that we've seen in living memory, quite frankly, and is going to reshape how the media industry comes together for the future.
Even with that change, the company has such a sports heritage and serves a huge sports audience. How does Warner Brothers Discovery approach sport?
I think in Europe, certainly, Warner Brothers Discovery, through its Eurosport, GCN brands, are a leader in sport in Europe. There's no doubt. We have over 130 million unique individuals come across our free-to-air networks in the Nordics, in the UK, in Spain, in Italy, as well as our Eurosport brand, which is in 150 to 200 million homes across Europe, plus across Eurosport.com, which has got 50 million monthly uniquely active users. We bring in 130 million people across our platforms over a course of any given month to watch sports content. Together with the introduction of Turner Sports in the US and in LATAM, we are now globally one of the biggest sports content providers on the planet. And together, this provides a really unique opportunity.
Which is why we are known among the broader cycling community as the home of cycling. So why mountain biking? What will we bring to the sport?
I think what you've seen recently from us is we are certainly the home of road cycling, and we have on our platforms, in particular Eurosport and GCN, we have all the main cycling races of the world, and certainly for the last 12 months have spent quite a bit of time pulling together all the women's world tour as well as being a single destination for both men's and women's road cycling. We've started to promote other types of cycling as well. We've launched the UCI Track Champions League, trying to expand into track cycling. And now mountain biking is the next frontier, I guess, for us as a business, because we see mountain biking as a huge untapped potential, especially in key markets like the United States and Europe, where participation in these sports are still growing very strongly. And what we hope to do with our platforms is really give this sport more oxygen than it's ever received in the past, make it part of more of the mainstream cycling, and really encourage younger audiences to engage, older audiences to engage and participate as well as watch, and bring together all parts of the sport. You know, the sport has been a little bit disparate between the enduro, the downhill, the cross-country World Cups. We're looking to bring that together and as much as possible create a unique narrative around mountain biking that between the UCI and ourselves we're uniquely placed to bring together. So I think it's a hugely exciting opportunity for mountain biking, and I hope over the next 8 years of our partnership with the UCI we can really make a huge change to the industry.
We cannot wait, Andrew. Thank you so much for joining us today. Next, Next, I would like to welcome someone who has played an instrumental role in promoting and organising some of the most high-profile two-wheel and four-wheel events across motorsport and cycling around the world. François Ribeiro, Head of Discovery Sports Events. Welcome to you, François. And I'd also like to welcome Chris Ball, Chief Executive Officer of ESO Sports, the owner and operator of the Enduro World Series. And Chris leads mountain bike racing within the Warner Brothers Discovery Sports Network and Play Sports Group. Well, hello to you both. It's wonderful to have you here on this very exciting day. François, to you first of all, just explain to us what exactly Discovery Sports Events does.
Well, Discovery Sport Events is the events division of Warner Discovery Sport. We have been there for 20 years. We run 50 events per year across 5 continents. We have been working with FIA, FIM, and more recently, UCI, to import what we call our promoter organization model. It's a 360-degree scope of responsibility in the sport. We work on a long-term partnership with international sport governing bodies to put ourselves really in a position to make some significant changes on the championship and bring them to the next level. So our scope of responsibilities covers calendar definition, TV production, broadcast, distribution, marketing, comms, logistics. It's a really strong position over the sport. We have imported that organization model to UCI last year on the Track Champions League. And now we are absolutely super excited. I am really super excited today to bring that knowledge and transfer that experience into mountain bike, to bring mountain bike into a new era.
I'm really excited because I've seen what you've done with track cycling and it's been phenomenal. I can't wait to see what you do with mountain biking. Chris, sell us mountain biking then. What is it that makes it so special and a sport within its own right?
Well, I think many sports have multiple disciplines, but I don't think any sport in the world has so many disciplines as diverse as mountain biking. You know, we've got the high action, pure action sport of downhill mountain biking, all the way through to the wild and adventurous enduro racing. Then we have the pure endurance test in marathon. We've got an Olympic format in the head-to-head discipline of cross country. And now with the advent of e-bikes, there's whole new barriers being broken and whole new disciplines forming. So it's an incredibly diverse sport, but it's also a recreation and a pastime for millions of people. And while myself and Francois are talking about organising the largest mountain bike events and festivals in the world, there's millions of people out there riding in the local park or in the woods or in the mountains around the world. And that combination, that deep culture as well as sport, just makes mountain biking incredibly special. Incredibly special, incredibly fun, and wonderful to see the huge growth in mountain biking of late. What is it that it brings as a value to cycling then, would you say? I mean, I'm pretty biased, but it's that's why you're here. It's incredibly fun, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it captivates all cyclists, I think, because from children and kids, teenagers, right through to adults, and the e-bikes that are extending how long people can ride bikes for in a safe, traffic-free environment. It just allows people to access the outdoors, have fun, be fit, be healthy, race and compete if they want to at the sharpest level, at the sharpest end. But it just really adds a huge amount to cycling, and it's really it's a real honour, I think, as a mountain biker myself, to hear David Lapartien talk so warmly of mountain biking being a key pillar to the UCI, and to work with Francois and his team at Discovery Sports Events to hear Andrew talk so kindly of mountain biking. And I think mountain biking and cycling is in a fantastic place, and I'm just incredibly excited to see where it goes from here. François, what can you bring to that then, of all of your expertise, the breadth and depth of that expertise? How can that support mountain biking?
Well, Chris doesn't need any support on the sporting side. Yeah. He has been running Enduro World Series for 10 years. He has the expertise. He's absolutely legitimate. He knows all the stakeholders of the sport. What we are going to try to bring him for the next eight years is to help him operate at a completely different scale, because that's what our partnership is about. We need to ensure that when we bring ESO as part of Warner Bros. Discovery Group, that media giant, we need to help him on a day-to-day basis to connect and make sure that the group is supporting with the right level of resources on TV production, on broadcast, on promotion, on marketing, to tell the mountain bike story all year long and elevate the presentation of that sport. That's what we are going to do to support Chris and his team.
Chris, this seems to be music to your ears. You're nodding along with everything that François is saying here. What's your vision for this partnership? How do you see it benefiting fans and athletes and the whole industry?
I think I can talk in part as a huge fan of the sport as well. And then when I hear François say that, my heart rate goes up a little bit. You know? Possibly because of the volume of work, but also because it's just an incredibly exciting new era for mountain biking. I think the giant that we have behind us now, the energy and the resource we have behind us with Discovery Sport Events and Warner Brothers Discovery, and the really, really good connection and partnership we have with the UCI means that I think we're going to be able to build really strong foundation blocks for enduro, for downhill, for cross-country, for marathon. We're going to be able to innovate and push forwards e-bike. We're going to be able to bring the disciplines together and actually truly unify the mountain biking family for the first time, I think, under one point of leadership, you know, collective leadership. And I think that's going to give fans a whole new way to engage in the sport. It's going to give athletes a whole new platform to sort of inspire us all from. It's going to allow teams to grow. It's going to allow the industry to continue to do what they do so well. So I think this new era that we see in the next 8 years, and it will begin next year in 2023, is just absolutely incredible and exciting. And I'm very proud and honoured to be a part of the team taking mountain biking forwards from here.
It is a big challenge, François. It's an exciting challenge, taking mountain biking and growing it to a scale we haven't seen before. How will you be leaning on the experience and the expertise of Discovery Sports Events to be able to do that?
Well, Chris took me last 2 weeks on my first mountain bike events, cross-country and downhill. And first, I must say that I was just fascinated how spectacular and how high is the sport. It was an unbelievable fun experience. Now, to help him, certainly we are going to look into what other sports have been doing and what can we transfer and what can we import, what can we bring to mountain bike to bring it to the next level. When I saw, for instance, in Czech Republic and Scotland, factory racing teams, that resonates a lot for someone who has been spending last 20 years in motorsport and who has seen the industry using motorsport to promote their technology, their brand, activate their network. And I see a lot of similarities in mountain bikes, so surely we are going to get some inspiration from this. But also we are going to look very closely at what alpine skiing has been doing to elevate the level of the event, the organization standards, the on-air experience. But when I look also at cross-country, I see a lot of similarities with biathlon. So we are going to visit many other events with Chris and see what best can we bring in that sport to bring that sport into that new era.
I love those comparisons, absolutely fascinating. I can't wait to see what you guys do with mountain biking. It really is an incredibly exciting time. Thank you to both of you, and what an exciting time it is for the Discovery Sports event business and mountain biking in general. A huge thank you to all of our guests who've joined us today for this announcement, an announcement that will reshape the way mountain biking is perceived and enjoyed by fans in the years to come. Warner Brothers Discovery is now not only the home of road cycling and the home of track cycling, but also the home of mountain biking as well. Thank you also to all of you who've taken the time to watch this short presentation. We look forward to speaking to you again soon when we will have much more exciting news to share.